Okay, we're recording. Good morning. Welcome to our UUFS video service, our new Zoom room home. We are so very glad you have joined us here this morning as we rise together as a congregation to meet the challenges of these strange times. We will begin our service this morning on a lighthearted note brought to us by our friends at the Foothill Unitarian Church in Fort Collins, Colorado. Thank you for your patience as we bring the video up. It is my great pleasure to welcome each of you here this morning. There are many reasons for joining together in this virtual space, probably as many reasons as our faces on our screen today. To find community, to seek personal truths, to enjoy a space where questioning is welcomed and encouraged, to be nurtured, to explore new ideas, to find comfort, and to draw strength to confront life's many challenges. Whatever your reasons for being here this morning, please know how much it means that you are here, that you are present with us. Wherever you are, wherever you've come from, whomever you love, whatever your beliefs, you are welcome here. Perhaps more than ever before, we need one another and we need our community. Reverend John will be lighting our chalice as I read these words by the Reverend Jennifer McLaughlin. As the first hint of green begins to peek through the barren ground, as that little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk and forms a bud, as that bud slowly opens with each new day to form a yellow daffodil. Let us be like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays, and be ready to emerge with a new energy, ready to face the day. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space. Thank you. Unitarian Universalist Flower Communion Service, which we honor today, was originated in 1923 by Dr. Norbert Čapek, founder of the modern Unitarian movement in Czechoslovakia. This is a prayer he wrote for that occasion.
In the name of Providence, which implants in the seed the future of the tree, and in the hearts of men and women the longing for people living in love. In the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters what they are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of peace and justice, let us renew our resolution sincerely to be real brothers and sisters, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges one from another. In this holy resolution, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are one human family, that one spirit, the spirit of love, unites us, and may we endeavor for a more perfect and more joyful life. Amen.
As our congregation adjusts and puts in place all these wonderful pieces of technology, which allows us to stay connected, we are asking that, for now, our Wednesday Zoom meetings be a place where you can bring these joys and sorrows and share them with our community. Now, while we cannot currently replicate online some of the important aspects of an in-person service, we can still hold fast to some of our traditions. One of them being the sharing of the people, things, events, and circumstances for which we are grateful.
Actually, this morning, I would like to thank Joanne for helping us with the Love Note project. And Jeff, you have one?
Yes, I have one that was sent in last week. I'm thankful to Geraldine, a member who has moved away, who is sending me a box of cotton yarn.
Excellent.
It's a privilege now to turn things over to John, who will be speaking about the Flower Communion.
As Jeff said, the Flower Communion service was created by Norbert Čapek, who founded the Unitarian Church in Czechoslovakia. He introduced this special service to that church on June the 4th, 1923. For some time, he had felt the need for some symbolic ritual which would bind people more closely together. The format had to be one that would not alienate any who had forsaken other religious traditions. The traditional Christian communion service with bread and wine was unacceptable to some members of his congregation, much like ours, because of their strong reaction against the Catholic faith. So he turned to the native beauty of their countryside for elements of a communion which would be genuine to them. The Flower Communion was the result. It was such a success that it was held yearly just before the summer recess of the church. It was brought to the U.S. in 1940 and introduced at the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts by Dr. Čapek's wife, Reverend Marja V. Čapek. She was touring the U.S. alone and wasn't able to return to Prague due to the outbreak of World War II. As a result, it wasn't until the war was over that she learned of her husband's death in a Nazi concentration camp. Under normal circumstances, of course, we would be invited to bring a flower to our fellowship, and at the end of the service, each of us would take one home. The significance of the Flower Communion is that just as no two flowers are alike, so no two humans are alike. Each person has a contribution to make. Together, the different flowers form a beautiful bouquet. Obviously, these are not normal circumstances. Or perhaps more accurately, we must find a new normal. So while we cannot bring our individual flowers to our Flower Communion while we maintain our physical distance from one another, we can certainly appreciate the wonder and diversity of this time of year and the beauty of the world around us. Our common bouquet would not be the same without the unique addition of each individual flower. And so it is with our beloved community. It just wouldn't be the same without each and every one of us. In the Wednesday announcements, I asked you to send me pictures of your garden or bring a flower or an actual flower with you. And so I have created this slideshow of the flowers that you sent. The music is by a group of UU musicians called Sophia's Journey. Please bear with me as I work out the technical stuff, and I hope you enjoy it.
For the beauty of the earth, sing, oh sing today, of the sky and of our birth, sing, oh sing, always, nature human and divine, all around us lies. Source of all, to thee we raise grateful hymns of praise. For the joy of human care, sing, oh sing today, of the kinship we all share, sing, oh sing, always, nature human and divine, all around us lies. Source of all, to thee we raise grateful hymns of praise.
Our closing words today were written by Dr.
Back over to Jeff.
No. Sorry. Our closing words today were
Jeff,
written
I
by...
got some more stuff I want to say.
You did, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let's continue. So before I turn it over to Jeff, I believe it's important that we acknowledge tomorrow as Memorial Day. It also seems appropriate that it be connected to our flower communion, since Dr. Chopik and so many others died at the hands of the Nazis. That number, of course, also includes those men and women who fought in World War II. I want very much to honor all those who have died in service to this country. I don't want to use the word brave, since most of those deaths had nothing to do with bravery. Mostly they were just stupid, ugly deaths of young people who were sent into wars they didn't completely understand. As a veteran, though, I know that those who serve are not other. They are us. We may not agree with the politics or the cause or the administration that sent them to their deaths, but each of those men and women who gave their lives did so because they felt it was their duty to serve, to give us the right to disagree with the politics or the cause or the administration. And so I want to honor both them and their sacrifice. And as a way of doing that, I would like to light an additional candle this morning with these words by Cynthia Landrum. In honor of those who served and those who continue to serve at home and abroad, for peace and in war, we light this candle and offer our thanks. Amen. Wars will continue. Men and women will continue to die. and we should continue to honor their sacrifice, just as we honor those who serve the cause of human good in whatever way. In the Baha'i teachings, it is written, "You are the fruits of one tree, the leaves of one branch, and the flowers of one garden." Those who have fallen are also a part of that great garden of humankind, just as each of us are. So friends, thank you for being with us today, for sharing this time, for bringing your flowers and your virtual selves. Thank you for being a part of our beautiful garden. Amen. And now, Jeff.
Our closing words today were written by Dr. Chopek just before he was put to death in Dachau, reflecting on his own life and the state of his spirit. Quote, "It is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals. Oh, blow ye evil winds into my body's fire, my soul you'll never unravel. Even though disappointed 1,000 times or fallen in the fight and everything would worthless seem, I have lived amidst eternity. Be grateful, my soul, my life was worth living. He who was pressed from all sides but remained victorious in spirit is welcomed into the choir of heroes. He who overcame the fetters giving wing to the mind is entering into the golden age of the victorious." I have a little quote I'd like to read before we go to extinguish our chalice. It's a quote by Stevie Wonder. "There's a lot of things happening that show us that this right now is a time to love."
Amen.
Thank you. We extinguish our chalice today with these words by Martha Kirby Kappa. "Our time together is finished, but our work is not done. May our spirits be renewed and our resolve strengthened as we meet the challenges of the week to come. This chalice flame is extinguished until we ignite it again with the spark of our communion." And now John will send us forth with a benediction.
These words are adapted from those of Thomas Rhodes. May these flowers that we have seen serve as a reminder as they allow themselves to open to the heavens, that despite their imperfections, they still have integrity. Though they are transient, they contain the seeds of transcendence like ourselves. Let us then also open ourselves to mystery and wonder, fretting not about small mishaps or even for now great misfortune. For the resurrection of the world is at our fingertips. The resurrection lies within us. Thank you all so much for being with us today. Join us on Wednesday evening for our check-in. Go in peace, go in joy, go in love. Remember to wear your masks and stay safe. Thank you.
I'm trying